Good morning to all students. Today we will be continuing with the second part of the video related to the chapter Journey to the End of Earth, written by Tashani Doshi. Now reading this chapter becomes even more significant today as 5th June is celebrated as World Environment Day. In this chapter, through Geoff Green's Students on Ice program, I've told you about this program in the earlier video, high school students just like you are taken to Antarctica to go and understand the Earth's past, present and future. So let's move ahead and read the chapter. Now we will continue with the text part. In the previous video, we were talking about the theory of continental drift and about the scientist Alfred Weiner. Imagine India pushing northwards. Now this is all about the continental drift theory. Jamming against Asia to buckle its crust and form the Himalayas. So the formation of Himalayan range. South America drifting off to join North America, opening up the Drake Passage to create a cold circumpolar current, keeping Antarctica frigid, desolate and at the bottom of the world. So how were the conditions of the world, the climatic conditions? They were formed. All these were result of the continental drift. Now this continental drift was because of the movement of tectonic plates. So here in this visual you can see how the tectonic plates moved. And here you can see how the Himalayas were formed. The oceanic crust was subducted beneath Asia until the continental crusts collided. The collision of Eurasian and Indian continental plates, they resulted in the lofty Himalayas. For a sun-worshipping South Indian like myself, now the author Tashani Doshi, she originally belongs to Chennai. Now 2 weeks in a place where 90% of the Earth's total ice volumes are stored is a chilling prospect. Now to come to a place that is the coldest and driest. So it is a chilling prospect not just for circulatory and metabolic functions, so not just physically, but her imagination is also startled. She is bewildered. It's like walking into a giant ping pong ball devoid of any human markers. Now, if you move in your locality, you will see buildings, trees. You can spot a landmark if you want to tell the address to a person. But here there is nothing. No trees, no billboards, no buildings, no landmarks. Just vast sheet of ice. You lose all earthly sense of perspective and time here. It means for locating a place you cannot use any landmark. By looking at the sky you cannot tell that what time of the day it is. So this place, Antarctica, it seems to be out of this world. The visual scale ranges from the microscopic to the mighty, means very small creatures are there and even the most gigantic creatures are living here. So midges, they are small flies, and mites are also small insects, to blue whales and icebergs as big as countries. So the biggest iceberg it was recorded was the size of Belgium. So you can imagine. So this place is a place full of contrary things. You have the smallest creatures, you have the biggest creatures. So this place just fills you with wonder. Days go on in surreal. Surreal means something that is beyond reality. 24-hour austral summer light. So austral means something that is related to southern hemisphere. So what is this 24-hour austral summer light? I'll talk about it. And a ubiquitous silence. Silence that is present everywhere. Ubiquitous means something that is present everywhere. Interrupted only by the occasional avalanche. Avalanche is snowstorm or calving ice sheet. Consecrates the place. So in general the place is completely silent. It's an immersion that will force you to place yourself in the context of the Earth's geological history. So when you visit this place, you would be forced to think about the Earth's past and relate it with the future of the Earth. And for humans, the prognosis means the prediction is not good. Students, here is an additional interesting information regarding seasons in Antarctica. Antarctica has only two seasons, summer and winter. Because it's located in the southern hemisphere, Antarctica's summer is from October to February. During this time, the sun is almost always in the sky. Days rapidly get longer there in summer until eventually the sun does not set at all. This phenomena is called the midnight sun. Now here a separate subtitle has been given, Human Impact. So what role do human beings play in saving or destroying the environment? Let us see. Human civilizations have been around for a paltry 12,000 years. Now these 12,000 years, they are barely a few seconds on the geological clock. In that short amount of time, we have managed to create quite a ruckus, etching our dominance over nature. So always man has tried to dominate over nature. With our villages, towns, cities and mega cities, the rapid increase of human populations has left us battling with other species for limited resources. So the resources are limited, human population is growing day by day, they are advancing day by day, development is being done. So naturally it will create a competition for resources. And the unmitigated burning of fossil fuels has now created a blanket of CO2 carbon dioxide around the world, which is slowly but surely increasing the average global temperature. So here the writer is talking about global warming, that is rise in average global temperature. Climate change is one of the most hotly contested environmental debates of our time. Indeed, if you have been a student, you have for sure taken part in a debate, competition, speech competition, you have made a poster or you have made a project on the topic. Will the West Antarctic ice sheet melt entirely because of global warming? These are some of the questions that the author tries to put forth the readers. Will the Gulf Stream ocean current be disrupted? Now this Gulf Stream ocean current is responsible for the low temperature in Antarctica. Will it be the end of the world as we know it? If the ice sheet of Antarctica melts, would it result in end of the world? Maybe, maybe not. So till now we cannot say anything for sure. So this is the purpose of Students on Ice program, that they would go there and try to answer these questions. Either way, Antarctica is a crucial element in this debate, not just because it's the only place in the world which has never sustained a human population and therefore remains relatively pristine in this respect, which means Antarctica is not touched by human civilization, but more importantly because it holds in its ice cores 500,000-year-old carbon records trapped in its layers of ice. So Antarctica is more like a library where we can go and find out information regarding our past, and it can be used to predict our future. If we want to study and examine the Earth's past, present and future, Antarctica is the place to go to. Students, this is it for today's video lesson. We'll continue the chapter in the third part of the video lecture.